Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. And thank you all so much for the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, election has come and gone, and you all saw the chart of how the whole thing went down. I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen this way. So, white women are coming out to let Black people know that there are safe space. And how do they want to let you know that there are safe space? For that, they are not the ones that voted for red, that they voted for your own interest and their own interest. So for that reason, they are planning to do a blue bracelet that when you see them, you'll be able to recognize them and know that they are safe space. I mean, trust me, that is not okay. I mean, how did you guys even come up with that? But yeah, I am going to say this: if you are a Black vendor and you get a contract to supply that, please do your business if you wish to, right? Business before any other thing. Get your money, put your money in your bag, and keep going. Now, I am going to say this, and I have been screaming against this from the onset that some people are going to vote against their own interests. This has always been my word. And then come back in the end to tell you all to save democracy. One thing I know Black people for is that Black people can adapt in any place. I don't know if that is inbuilt, how ancestors made that thing happen, but Black people can adapt in most cases. But nobody is saving anybody this time around. Let's get into.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is there's a blue bracelet that we need to wear because I want to make sure that nobody ever thinks that I am one of the apparently majority of white women who voted for Donald Trump. I do not want you ever to think that I was one of them. So, is there a particular bracelet? Do we just make it ourselves? Let me know. Send me a link. What do we do? Where do I get said bracelet, or am I just making it myself? Thank God I hadn't posted this yet. Is there a Black woman-owned company that we can get these bracelets from? Because, honey, we owe them. We owe them big.
Safety pins, black squares on Instagram feeds, blue friendship bracelets. These are the solutions that white women have come up with to try to ensure Black people, specifically Black women, that they are safe spaces for us, despite the numbers, the statistics proving they are not safe spaces. They are in fact dangerous. And although not all of them may be dangerous, too many of them are. We don't know which is which, and we are tired and do not care to put in the work and effort into sifting through the bad apples to find the good one. You all should be less concerned about whether or not Black people think you are a safe space. You should be far less concerned with whether or not we see you and see an ally. Y'all should be far less concerned about whether or not we like you, but should be far more concerned that the numbers from this election look no different for y'all than the numbers of 2016's election. Y'all should be less concerned with trying to prove to us you don't belong to that 52%, and more concerned with the fact that there is still a 52%. Because it's giving performative. It's giving you did not do the work and did not understand the assignment.
I think the irony about these blue bracelets is how people are responding to being told, not the best idea. Not the best idea. I've been told that I have a racial grift for saying it. I've been told that I am silencing other women, that I'm judging other women, that I'm removing their autonomy. All of these things by my saying that it's an interesting choice to do that. And by other people saying, maybe this isn't necessary. Temper tantrums all over the place. Yesterday, Black women, the majority of Black women, asked for a day of just peace, where they did not want to have to hold or carry the emotions and the weight of white women. That's for one day. And people asked as though we had taken their firstborn, had cursed their entire family by saying we needed one day. One day. The word no has a hold on some of y'all, just a hold on some of y'all. You do not like to hear the word no. You don't like being told that you don't have access to somebody or something. You don't like not being involved in every single thing, whether it is for you or not. Just hate to see it. And with all of this happening and being visible, what I'm discussing right now happening in the last 24 to 48 hours, all of this has happened. And some of you are still confused as to why Black women are just done. I also keep saying, well, how am I supposed to let you know that I'm good? How am I supposed to let you know that I'm a safe one? How am I supposed to let you know who I voted for? Who cares? Who cares? Why do you have to announce it? Why does it have to be an announcement? Why do you have to blow past the boundaries of strangers to let them know that you're a good one, when you can just be a good person, a kind person? Anyway.
I'm going to say this and it might hurt some feelings, but I'm going to say it because I feel like it needs to be said, and that's my personal opinion. If you don't want to take it and run with it, then that's on you. But I've seen a lot of discourse around the whole, how do I let my Black friends know, how do I let Black people know that I'm not one of those unseasoned bowls of boxed mashed potatoes? How do I signal to my friends that I'm a good white? You're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. I'm not allowed to. We do not get to have that privilege of being identified no matter what work we've done. We are not entitled to that. We are not entitled to any exception to any rule because of what our crewmates have done. No matter how hard we've worked, no matter what we've done, no matter how many people we've tried to talk to or how many doors we've knocked, we are still not entitled to the opportunity to be removed from the group of people that have fucked us the hardest. The privileges that we experience and the privileges that we have were built off of the backs and the work of Black oppression. Our privileges and our freedoms were built off of the oppression of the Black community over decades of history that they are now trying to erase. And it doesn't matter how good of a white we are or what we've done, until every single one of us is free, liberated, with equity and equal rights, then we don't get to say, I'm a good white, no matter what we've done. Because it's not how it works. We're not in this. We're not doing this for a friendship bracelet or approval. If you are in this and you want recognition from your Black and brown friends for doing a good job, you're in it for the wrong fucking reasons. So stop trying to separate yourself from the crowd of white women who have just fucked us, and just buckle down and double up on the work, because Black women, as I have said so many times, have been doing the work for years, and we're not allowed to get upset because we lost this and we thought we had it in the bag. Black women and Black men have been dealing with losses this critical that hit them in the guts for fucking decades, centuries, years upon years. And we don't get to just say, but I tried so hard and fucking quit now because we lost a big one. So stop trying to turn the continued oppression of Black and brown people into something that you can market in the TikTok shop in the form of a bracelet or a t-shirt. Okay? School board elections, stuff like that. Get involved with all of that. Your local municipality. Start now. We've got 4 fucking years, bitches. Start now. Stop trying to sell shit to make yourself look approvable and let people know, and just do the work. Okay? Okay. And honestly, if that upsets you, journal about it. Okay? Okay, love you, bye. Stop trying to turn the continued oppression of Black and brown people into something that you can market in a TikTok shop in the form of a bracelet or a t-shirt.
White people are making blue friendship bracelets to signify they're one of the good ones. While y'all make friendship bracelets, I've been reading slave schedules, slave deeds, and estate records of people who are listed as property, my people. I run a non-profit that helps American descendants of chattel slavery with our genealogy, while you make friendship bracelets to signal you're one of the good ones. I've been fighting y'all aunts and uncles in my comment sections, calling me everything but a child of God. I swear, while y'all make friendship bracelets, I've been fighting to move to actually leave an impact. I quit my job years ago and dedicated my life to something that actually matters. While y'all make friendship bracelets, I'm asking for donations. While y'all buy friendship bracelets, I'm asking for donations. I created one of the largest free databases when it comes to genealogy for Black. This is the database as we speak. While y'all make friendship bracelets, when are you going to do something that matters? Donate to the Bristol English Project. Donate to a local grassroots organization. Put money on somebody's bell. Do something. But friendship bracelets, all that's going to do is piss me off. Y'all not ready for this. Y'all are not ready for this.
So I've been hearing about those blue friendship bracelets that white women want to wear to indicate that they voted for Kamala Harris, and I want to give some of my thoughts. So my first two initial, very surface level reactions was, number one, this feels like during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, whenever people were putting black squares on their social media. Sure, they could have had good intentions, but the impact was not the greatest. And my second reaction was, what color bracelet would white women who have Republican boyfriends who voted for Trump, what color bracelet would they wear? Purple? And so as I continued thinking about it, I thought, white women think that voting for Kamala Harris is enough. They're not actually doing the work in their own communities. They want to other themselves from the white women who voted for Trump. They want to other themselves from the white supremacy that they directly benefit from. Because many of them think that voting for Kamala Harris was enough. And this idea that the white women who voted for Kamala Harris can separate themselves from the white women who voted for Donald Trump is the exact reason why white supremacy is still so alive. It's the reason why it is so insidious in nature. It's the reason why people think that saying I'm not racist is a get out of jail free card. It means that fundamentally white folks who may mean well are either purposefully ignorant to how the system works and how they benefit from it, or are unwilling to actually do the work to deconstruct and to make their communities safer for people of color. Black women and women of color do not need you to wear a blue bracelet to indicate that you are safe to us. We need you to go into your own communities and make those safe for us.
White women, please do me a favor. I hear you guys are making blue bracelets. What's the blue bracelet for? What is that going to do? Please stop. I don't care about your blue bracelets. I don't. Please stop getting down into my comment section saying you're sorry. I don't care. Of course, there are several of you white women that thrive on getting down into the comment section, entering Black people's spaces to center yourself by saying, not this white woman. I voted blue up and down the ticket. We don't care. We don't care. Why? Because all of this is just your words. And at this point, Black women want action. And until there's action on your part, we don't care. We're done. We've spent the last few election cycles trying to educate you, trying to stand in solidarity with you to make change in this country. And for the last several election cycles, 52% of you have stabbed us in the back repeatedly. So you using words, wearing a bracelet, that proves nothing to us at this point. At this point, we need action. We need to see you actively making change for Black and brown people. Black people are done. Black women specifically are done. Respect the boundary. None of this is being delivered disrespectfully. I'm delivering this respectfully. Respect the boundary. You're just frustrating us more at this point. And to the brown community, Palestinian supporters, the Arab community, Muslims, yeah, we're done. We're done. And you condescendingly, arrogantly using your platforms to say, can we now get refocused on your issue now that you sabotaged the success of our issue? Yeah, you all can go and kick rocks. Good luck to you.
This blue bracelet shit, we have to stop trying to identify yourself as a good white right now. Not gonna happen. We have to understand why we are not trusted right now. We have to understand why it doesn't fucking matter what we put in a bio, what is on our body, any other performative ass shit that we try to do. We aren't trustworthy. And this is how I know it's not doing what y'all want it to do, is because I'm watching black people say, we don't give a fuck about a blue bracelet. And the way some of you are melting down over that feedback is proving the point. Right? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Blue bracelets doesn't take away from the necessity of doing the work within ourselves and within our families, within our coworkers, our communities as white people, to walk the fuck away from white supremacy. We can't have just voted in a fucking Nazi and be like, hey, it's cool, dude, I got on a blue bracelet, trust me. You realize that, like, doesn't make any fucking sense. And now y'all are trying to sell that shit on the TikTok shop. Do you realize how fucked up that is? I said this yesterday. Black, indigenous communities of color can see through our shit before we can. Impact is more important than intention. It doesn't matter what the intention was with this. The impact is that it's not going to make us look any more or less trustworthy. And white people have a really hard time sitting with that. We do. But we need to understand why. Same reason calling yourself an accomplice, an ally, any other fucking buzzword doesn't work. Just being honest.
After the election results came out and these poll numbers were published, I saw dozens and dozens of videos by white women saying they don't want to be confused for the MAGA white women. They were saying that they were very embarrassed and ashamed of what those poll numbers look like, and they don't want to be confused. And they want to find a way to make themselves look different, like show that they're an ally. So then someone came up with the genius idea of starting a blue bracelet movement. They want to wear bracelets so that we can tell which white women are Democrat, I guess, and which are MAGA. I don't know. As a very, very disappointed black lady, I'm here to tell you that that is very performative, and we don't care if you wear a blue bracelet. We don't care if you wear a red one. You jumping on TikTok and saying you're an ally or wearing a bracelet means nothing to us, because when we know when it comes to it, when it comes down to it, who's on our side and who's not. When it comes to my body and best interest as a black woman, I know not to trust none of y'all. Don't waste your money on those bracelets. I promise you we don't care. We are going to be focusing on our own happiness and our own progression, and I suggest you do the same. That's all we can ask for.
I saw 2 videos about the blue friendship bracelet thing and white women asking how to signal to us that they're safe. I'm just going to say this out loud so everybody knows. Do not have that discussion on TikTok. They're watching us. Those people walk and talk like us. They use our language when it suits them. If you decide online what your signal is going to be to tell us that you're a good person or whatever, they're going to start doing that so that they can infiltrate our spaces. Stop giving them the passcodes. Decide amongst yourselves offline, and also just be a safe space. The people in your life should already know that you're a safe space. You should not be online asking us, how do I let people? You should just be a safe space. We'll fucking know already. The people in my life that I know are safe are already safe. They don't need to signal to anybody for that.
Why that blue bracelet trend gives that time in 2020 after the Black Lives Matter protests, when everyone was posting those black squares to show that they were in solidarity with black people, or they were like not one of the bad ones or not one of like the racist ones. But it's just like, what is that actually doing? Like, what are the bracelets actually doing? Like, if you're not organizing in your community, not actively spreading awareness, like, what is it for? At the end of the day, most of the demographic that voted for Trump, like, I think 53% of white women voted for Trump. So it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. The election results happened the way it happened. But it's just like, the performativeness is low-key, like, annoying. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like you shouldn't really have to prove yourself. Like, your actions will show enough. Like, I don't like when people, like, try to, like, do that. Like, try to prove themselves or, like, prove a point. And just being so performative with it when you know damn well you're not even, like, passionate about the issues that much. You just want to seem like you're, like, one of the good ones. Like, I don't know. But, like, if you're actually doing stuff and you have good intentions, like, I mean, go ahead. Like, I don't really care if anyone does that trend, but it's just, like, really annoying and performative, in my opinion.
So I've seen a lot of folks, specifically white women, posting about how to signal to one another and to black women that they didn't vote for the racist felon. And it has me thinking back to 2016, and I say this unapologetically and from the bottom of my heart and with complete sincerity. I think that it is really helpful for yourself and for others to know where you stand, to know that you did not vote with my, you voted with my safety in mind. You voted with my safety in mind. You voted with the safety of people who look like me in mind. You voted with your children in mind. If you have AFAB children, you voted with them in mind. You voted with queer people in mind. You voted with marginalized people in mind, people who've been pressed to the margins a lot. You voted with your conscience. And I think because more than 50% of white women didn't do that, it makes sense to be able to see other people who voted the way that we did and to know who didn't. But know that, like, basically if you're in a room with like 10 other white women, half of those women didn't. So that's just math. So there's that, and I think that that's great. But what I am concerned about is the pink cat hat phenomenon of 2016. And I said this on my Instagram yesterday, and it's part of my grid on Instagram yesterday. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Whole Body Pregnancy. I will link it or just like pop it up so that you can see, but it's all one word, Whole Body Pregnancy. It's 7 reels that you can watch. And I said this over there yesterday. What I noticed in 2016 happen was that there was this moment of shock, of anger, of grief, of disgust, of rage that we all felt. For some people, specifically for white women, it was maybe the first time that you felt that first time that you were like, oh, wait a minute. And I think that it was a really powerful moment of waking up and of reckoning of the misogyny, the patriarchy, the hatred that we as women experience. But what I said yesterday on my Instagram, and what I will say today, and what I will continue to say, is that what you're feeling, what you felt on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, how you're feeling today on Thursday, how you maybe felt in 2016, is sort of how Black people, but specifically Black women, and specifically Black women with intersecting identities like myself. So I am a Black Jewish woman. I'm a Black Jewish gay woman. Anybody who has intersecting identities that have been historically pushed to the margins in society feel like that every single day. Every single day, a Black woman feels anxious, nervous. Double, triple that if you have given birth to and you're a mother of a Black child. Quadruple that if you're the mother of a Black son. Our trans sisters and brothers, especially our trans sisters who are Black, this is the feeling that we have all of the time. A reminder when we walk into the store and people look at us out of the side of their eye, or question why we are in a place, or blatantly tell us through action that we do not belong, that we don't matter, that our voice doesn't matter, that our voice doesn't count. Like, that feeling is typically how people who look like me walk around in the world. And the more intersecting identities, the more places that we are hit with that. And what I noticed in 2016 is that the rage that people felt came the day after the election. It came after the March on Washington. And then it sort of dissipated because people were able to settle back into their lives, to be back into places of relative safety, and to sort of go back to normal. And I want to encourage people to feel how you're feeling, to do what you need to do, to take care of yourself, to feel this rage. But I want to encourage you to save this video and watch it again in 6 months, and then watch it again in 12 months, and then watch it again every year maybe. Because what can't happen is that you can't count on Black women to continue to do the work. Something like 80% of Black women voted for Kamala Harris. More than 80%, something like that, voted for Kamala Harris. Literally, you can't continue to count on Black women to do the work. Like, we are doing the work, we have been doing the work, we will do the work all of the time, because our safety depends on it. Our safety depends on it. The life of our families depend on it. It's not every 4-year cycle that this is important to us. This is an everyday thing. So I say this with complete sincerity and hope. I'm glad that you're signal boosting that you are a person who did not vote against my interest. I am disappointed if that signal boosting is your activism. I'm disappointed if that signal boosting is the end. I'm disappointed if that signal boosting makes you feel better, and that better feeling allows you to continue on. Because what I noticed, and last thing I'll say is, don't process this shit with a Black woman. Do not. This is not for you to process with a Black woman, or try to it's not for you to try to relate to a Black woman about this, because it's not a relatable thing. I made the mistakes in 2016 of sharing my thoughts with a white woman in a container of yoga teacher training, and it was something that we all were doing, but I happened to get placed with a white woman. And by letting her cry to me and feel sad for me and for herself, she literally told me to my face that she felt better. And so this is for you. This is your work. Yes, wear your blue bracelets, but don't let them get dusty like your pussy hat. Wear your Kamala Harris shirt with pride and don't let it get put at the bottom of your drawer and forget about it. Think about how this feeling feels and feel it every single day, or enough to make it so that you fight every single day. You can fight in so many ways. You can support Black businesses. You can support Black female-owned businesses. You can put a freaking queer flag outside of your house right now and let that fucking flag fly every single fucking day for the next 4 years. Right? Like, there are so many things that you can do that are beyond just this one action that I would encourage you to do. If you're feeling a sort of way and you're feeling like defensive or you're feeling angry about what I'm saying, then I want you to sit with that defensiveness and that anger and figure out where that came from, because it's not coming from me. If you're feeling like motivated, then great, share this with someone who you think will be motivated too. But do not come into my comments telling me that I'm wrong or that I got it wrong, because I didn't do this shit. I didn't do this shit. Y'all did.
Okay, I need to explain to some people why the whole blue bracelet idea is seen as tone deaf and wildly distasteful to most oppressed groups, specifically Black people. I know a lot of you think you're giving Underground Railroad. You're actually giving middle school anti-bullying kids. This is an issue of true systemic oppression, and you want to use the same symbol you used when you were 13 to tell other children, if someone picks on you, I'll have your back. That's the vibe. I need y'all to realize that that's the vibe. This isn't an Eras tour, okay? I grew up in the era of wearing a safety pin in a very specific place. That's how you would. Or the little mountain clips, mountain hooks. I'm a lesbian. I should know the name of these damn things. Cabrinis? No, it's not Bach. You know what I mean? The clippers. Those types of hidden symbols are not meant to garishly stick out to the oppressors you are explicitly trying to hide from. Your symbol of safety.
This is all I got from this video, and you all already know that before the election last week, in fact, not even, I've been saying it every day, but last week I was hitting on it so bad. And I told you people that you see all these influencers and content creators that are always in Black spaces, that they will absolutely come out and tell you that they voted for your own interests, their own interest and your own interest. But in the end, that is not the case. You will find out that the reverse is the case. And it happened the way I said it, right? It's really, 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 really crazy how they just did not even wait for the, for the results to marinate, or for people to get their grief, or for people to heal, because there is need for people to heal. A lot of people really went extra miles during this election to probably campaign for their candidate, right? Especially and some people really took it to heart, because a lot of people were believing that some of them would turn out okay, but in the end it was the other way, and some are still very super sad, trying to navigate through what happened and trying to get themselves back. And then we woke up to a blue bracelet to let you know that there are safe space. How am I supposed to know that you are a safe space when you're wearing a blue bracelet? It doesn't really make any sense for me, It's I call it show. People trying to put up a show, and there is no need to put up a show, right? If you have people that look like me in your lives and all that, or in your life, trust me, people will know you are a safe space for those people that you are close to. And some of you do not also have people that look like me as friends. So I don't know how, but be a safe space for yourself, because majority of you are not safe space for yourselves. How can you be a safe space for other people? Why am I saying this? I am saying this because you cannot give out what you do not have. If you do not have love, you can't give it out. It's only when you are a safe space and you love yourself so much that you will be able to give all that out to people. So I know this is going to turn out this way, right? I am not surprised, but I am disappointed, and a lot of people are also disappointed, coming out to tell us, or to tell Black people that you have to, like, go out with Blue Bracelet, so when you see them or when they see you, they know that you are a safe. Like, did you hear yourself out? Or, like, I don't know how, but some of them are looking for Black vendors that will supply all that for them. If you are a vendor and you have something to supply, please go do your business before any other thing. Do your business, collect your money, and continue going. And now you all already know that while I am talking about this, I am also going to mention Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is around the corner. I do not want to see any cookout. I do not want to see some certain things on Thanksgiving. You know what I am saying? And I am going to repeat it again. I do not want to see some certain things on Thanksgiving, potluck, and I do not want to see it. So do yourself, as a Black person, do yourself great by just be in your resting mode, because the major thing that everybody's asking you for at this point in time is to get all the rest you deserve, because you deserve all that and more. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.